Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 5. This is clearly the 5th one of these challenges that I have done. It all started with a stack of 50 guest checks, and so the idea was each week I would make 2 guest checks, and at the end I would have a stack of 50. So now you can use whatever base you want. It doesn't matter what the base is. And each week I draw 2 prompts out of my little paper bag. All the prompts are already in here. And then you make a piece of ephemera for each of the prompts, or you could do a collage or whatever you like to do. And then at the end of the challenge, after 25 weeks, you'll have a stack of 50 of whatever the thing is that you like to make. So for example, last week I drew number 5 was paint. And so I made this cute little booklet with some papers in it, and I used different watercolors and acrylic paint Posca pens to do the doodles and things like that. So that was what I did for paint. And then number 6 was favorite movie. And so my favorite movie is My Fair Lady. So I took this sketch that was drawn by the man who designed the dresses for My Fair Lady, and got that on Pinterest. I wouldn't be able to sell this one, but you know, it's because of copyright. But anyway, that's my favorite movie, is My Fair Lady. So that's the idea, is that you just make a piece of ephemera for each of the prompts, and then that way you build up your stash. And when you find a journal, like, you know, I could put this into just a vintage journal or whatever I want. This time the challenge is random. So last time it was themes of journals. This time it's random. So that's why it's so very two different things, like paint and favorite movie. So this week, sorry, I'm struggling with getting my thoughts together here. Number 7 will be you. So it could be a picture of you. It could be something that you feel represents you. However you want to interpret it. I am not going to tell you how you need to do it, or that you're doing it wrong. It's just all how you want to interpret it, okay? So 7 is you. It could be like an image from childhood, whatever you want. And then number 8 is crayon. So again, whatever that means. An image of a crayon, a mark of a crayon, you know, you could color something with a crayon, however you want to interpret it. All right. So I will be right back with some things. Okay, I am back. I am not going to lie, I had a little struggle with this one. I have done kind of some of the work already, just trying to figure it out. So apologize for that. So this probably isn't going to be very long, but it just was messing with my brain a little bit. So, but I just have a piece of glue book, and then I've got a piece of children's writing paper that I spritzed with my coffee and splattered with the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide while it was still wet from the coffee. So that is done. So at least, I mean, you know, you don't have to see some of the stuff that you see all the time. I just couldn't figure out in my brain how I wanted to do this. And these are both going to be basically journaling cards, which I know also isn't anything super interesting as far as a new type of ephemera to make or anything, but sometimes it's just the struggle to figure out what to do for the prompts, and I know that. So take your time, and it's no rush, and you do what works for you. Some of them just come to you bing, and others, I don't know what it is. And you guys might go, what are you talking about? This is like the easiest one we've had. So I don't know, like everybody's different, because some things I think are easy, other people will say that was really hard. So it's just, yeah, it's just what that day is coming to your brain, I guess. But yeah, super fun, no doubt about that. Oh, I gotta go get something. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Got my little book, my Hi and Hugs book. So I want to say hi and hugs to Donette, Katrina, and Monique. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel, and your kind comments are very much appreciated. And all of you watch very frequently and comment very frequently, if not all the time. So thank you so much. So I'm going to back this before I forget, because I was just about to round the corners and, you know, forget. So we'll get that done. And this is just my coffee dyed paper that I've told you guys a few times, but in case you don't know, I splatter on some coffee, let it dry, splatter more on, let it dry, which I know can sort of be time consuming, but to me it's easier than soaking the paper entirely, because it dries pretty quick when you just put some splatters on and then you let them dry and you do it again. It really doesn't take long at all. So especially when it's hot, like it's real hot here. It's like 107. So yeah, it dries really fast. So it's a good time of the year to make a whole bunch of that. And the other thing that's really fun that you can do with the paper doing it this way, well, I mean, you can do it lots of ways, but if you have some like watercolor water that maybe is pink or black or gray, whatever, you can add some splatters of that on too, and that looks really neat. So just another little fun tip. I use a pipette little dropper to splatter and drop and all those good things. And plus I like to have a little bit of the white and the brown. Not always. Sometimes I like it fully dyed, but I definitely do like that look a lot. Now I'm going to round my corners. Yeah, this one was a little tricky for me. I am not one to... I mean, I like talking about my family and those kind of things, but doing things about me, myself, are not always... That is not my thing usually. But I got an old picture, an old picture of myself. We're talking preschool days. So here it is. I just made a photocopy, but I love this picture. I'm 3. I have my little mouse. I remember that mouse. It had a little piece of felt, like Swiss cheese that it held. I don't know why, but I remember I loved that mouse. And as some of you may know, my mom passed away when I was 2. She was in a car accident, and so I was raised by my dad, and he had my sister and I, so two young daughters, and my sister's 8.5 years older than I am, but he didn't want to deal with hair, and so he had my hair pixie cut. So I'm sure people thought sometimes I was a boy, but you know, whatever. It was fine. I get it. Plus, I was a real pill about baths. I didn't want to do it. So, I mean, he still made me take a bath, obviously, but didn't want to mess with the hair all the time. Probably didn't get as many baths as I should have. Oh, kids, the things they do and pull, right? And then I got older and took showers every single day. So, you know, they'll get there eventually with whatever the thing is. There's that. I think I want this probably about there. I'm going to have to kind of figure out where I want everything. I have the Shy Little Kitten, which is also very fitting because 1, it's cat, and 2, I was very painfully shy. So, and I cut that out of the book, the little golden book, the Shy Little Kitten. I think I'll kind of come to the edge of that card. And my friend Michelle brought me those when she was here. She's so sweet. Thank you, Shell. Those flashcards. And so voila, it's myself. So I'm gonna put this cute fabric with the little smiley flowers on there. Probably about like that. The cat. Might scoot this up a little bit. I was probably doing a lot of scribbling at that time, but I love drawing. Like, I've always loved drawing. So drawing, coloring, you know, this I've done my whole life. So I found the word drawing and was like, yes, that fits. That fits me. That's 1975. Yeah, I just recently got, my aunt gave me a bunch of pictures of my mom that I had never even seen before. So that was kind of cool. It's so weird how, and they've talked about that, my aunts, how that fractures a family so much. Those type of deaths, well, they can. Some people will come closer together and other families kind of fracture. It's just a crazy, awful thing. But it definitely, that's what happened to our family. So yeah, but luckily I had an awesome dad, grandpa. All right, so I think I'll just go ahead and put that fabric there because I like it. It's kind of a good spot for it. I'm just going to use a glue stick because it'll stick fine with this Scotch permanent glue stick. But you do need the permanent because if it's not permanent, it's not going to work. This is going to be under the picture a little too, so it'll be fine. And we'll put the cat there. I think if I put this here, got the little schmutz from the, I think I want to kind of put this over that. I just want to make sure everything's going to fit before I glue something down, and then it's like, oh, well, that's handy. That didn't fit at all. And then I'm going to actually bring the drawing onto there. So I think that will work. It's a little odd, but you know, we'll see how it turns out. I tried to find one of my drawings, you know, from when I was a kid. Ah, I got the glue all over the picture. But they were all too big, like they just... So that didn't work. And then of course I had to mess up that photo right there. Oh well, now it looks even older. The weird spot on my head. I need a new glue page, clearly. Why I do that every time at some point. Some point in the creation, I have to mess it up. With the glue. You'd think I'd learn by now. And I had a very good time with my friend. We've known each other since we were 6, so we went to school together and all that. So, she's almost more like, you know, another sister or something, because she's been with me forever, but she lives still in the town that we grew up in, and so she just came up for a little fun visit. Her boyfriend's mom lives here, so it works well because they pop up every once in a while. And then we get to see each other, because I don't get home very often. It has lost something for me since my dad's not there anymore, and it's difficult for me to go there. Which obviously is unfortunate, but I think we'll go at some point soon, maybe in September or something. I'm really sad about that picture that I messed it up. I should have just left it. I could print another one and put it over it, but eek. This is probably one I'll keep, so I don't think this is going to end up in any journal. It'll just be my own little silly creation. Got a piece of our faux tape. Which is very befitting from the 70s. And I will stitch around that as well. I'm wondering, do I want just a little bit of, I don't think that'll go. I kind of feel like it needs a little something right there. But I don't know, maybe I'll just let it be. It is cute. I crack up when I see that haircut. Too funny. All right, so then crayon. This is very kind of crazy one. So I'm going to take this glue book. And I have this silly little illustration ad from an old magazine. So it's that old kind of paper. So I have a pink crayon, and this is a little tricky because I just need a piece of washi tape so it won't move around a lot. You don't want to choose maybe the darkest color to do this, and this is just something, I don't know, I came up with. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. Probably have. But anyway, I'm going to take my heat gun, so it is going to be a little loud for a minute. So go ahead right now and turn down your volume just a little bit if it bothers you to have the heat gun going, okay? I'm just heating it up. Gotta heat it up a little more. Try not to burn my fingers. You obviously don't want to burn your paper. You know, and the other thing is, see how that black starts to smear? Okay, so you just don't want to get it too dark. And what I was saying is the black ink on the magazine will smear if you keep doing it. So maybe if you can, just go across once, maybe twice. And then I would stop, because you will end up with just a smudged mess. But it just adds a little color to those old magazine pages, and it works for crayon. So I mean, you could do a whole sheet of paper like for mark making, doing the same technique and drawing this direction, and it'll melt. So, and holding your heat gun on it. So you could do all kinds of things with that. But that is what I have, crayon. And then I have a postcard that was really shiny, and I'll show you. They're these kind of postcards, but this one was a craft colored one. But they're shiny like playing cards. So I did sand it, and that didn't really do anything. So I took some sewing tissue and put it over the top and brought that down. You could also use like a matte medium or something like that, and that would probably bring it down a notch too. I just don't like shine on my stuff, so. But that worked pretty good to put the tissue over it. And it was a really light sewing tissue. Kind of a vanilla color. And then ink it up if you like it like that. If you don't, don't. And then we're just going to do a little funny, silly collage on here. So how are you guys? Are you melting, or are you, like, I know some places it's winter, so maybe some people are cold, which is very bizarre since it's so stinking hot here right now. But, yeah. I know, I'm never happy with weather, honestly. I know. You don't even gotta tell me. There's like 2 weeks out of the year where I'm like, yes, this is fabulous. So I just have a piece of scrapbook paper. This is one of those, what are they called? Those papers that you get off of Amazon that you can collage with. So that, oh, I think I wanted this up here. Is it up there? Can't remember now how I wanted it. I think I want to stamp on here just a little bit with some text or script or something. I can find where I put my text. Which I know isn't an address, but we're going to pretend. It just needs a little something in the background back here. So that's what I'm after. It doesn't really even matter what it is. Oopsie, we got a piece of plant that escaped, or dried flower, whatever it's called. No, I wanted this on the bottom. I can't remember because I changed it around so many times. I did. So I'm going to have to put more text up there. I know you're probably saying, no, put it up at the top, but there's a reason, so there's a method to my madness. I promise. Gonna... I don't want it to say the same thing that it is down there, so. So yeah, hopefully you guys are doing awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. My daughter came over yesterday. Theron had to work, unfortunately, but we chatted it up good with Michelle, and then we went to dinner, and it was just fun. It's always good to see her. We always just pick right up where we left off, too. Like, it doesn't even, it's like we've been together every day since then. It's the strangest thing. Like, we might not see each other for a year, and then it's just like that with some people, I think. I know, I didn't do a lot with crayon. Crayon is one of those things, but you can't say I didn't use crayon, because I did. And you can keep it that simple too, and that is fine with me. It's just the challenge of how can I use crayon in these type of things. I mean, obviously, I could just color something, but I want to do something different. I do like bringing that little bit of color to those old magazine pages, though. I just think that's kind of fun. And this is a Paper Studio flower. So that's going to go there, I think. I want this over here. And see, this is kind of funny because he's wearing this like a bib. And it's because part of the ad was like, if you top his apple pie with Dutch mill cheese, it'll make him happy. Like, he's not happy unless, I don't know. These old 50s ads crack me up. But anyways, So, but we're going to put a snarky comment on it too. Yeah, they crack me up. They're so funny. Oh, I kind of like that flipped over like that even. So yeah, this is a quick one. I apologize. I usually try to do all the steps with you, but I was, like I said, having a struggle bus this morning trying to figure out how to make this work. So don't feel bad if you get a little stuck, because it happens to all of us. And then I have a red stamp, red and pink. So I don't have to see the place stamp here thing. Our air conditioner is just running perpetually, basically. Okay, so I got the Tim Holtz snarky comment of, sometimes I wonder how you put up with me. Then I remember, oh, I put up with you, so we're even. So I'm going to put that down there because it just cracks me up. With his cheese, he has to have this special cheese on his pie. Oh, I forgot to ink it. I hate it when you do that. Well, you know what? We're just going to let it be because it's the black and white thing with what we got going on with the dots and all that. I mean, I know the postcard doesn't tell you, this doesn't tell you everything because you don't know about the cheese thing if I wouldn't have told you, but it's just kind of funny. Funny, funny. And then I might take, I don't know. I keep thinking it needs a little more crayon, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I might just do some little marks with the heat gun again. Okay, that's what I'm doing for crayon. Hugs and kisses. I think it's funny. All right, so two very odd things, but here we are. Here we are with them. So you, that's me, and crayon. I hope you guys just have some fun with it because they are very kind of odd prompts, but they are random, and that's what we're doing this time. So good luck, and I will talk to you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.